The restraints don't hurt. That's the first thing Kael notices when the van stops moving. Fabric cuffs, not metal. Soft enough to avoid bruising. Tight enough that his wrists went numb 20 minutes ago. Someone opens the door. Cold air rushes in, sharp against his face. He doesn't flinch. Flinching draws attention, and attention draws corrections. Out. The voice belongs to a woman in gray. Not unkind. Not kind either. Just efficient, like she's moved hundreds of bodies before his and will move hundreds more after. Kael slides forward on the bench seat. His legs barely hold him when his feet touch pavement. The ground is wet. Recent rain. He can smell ozone mixed with exhaust. Hi viewers, kindly tell us where you're watching from and what time it is. They don't uncuff him. The woman in gray grips his elbow. Not rough, but firm. And steers him toward a building that stretches up so high, he has to tilt his head back to see where it ends. Glass and steel. Expensive. The kind of place that decides your worth before you open your mouth. Another woman waits by the entrance. Older. Clipboard in hand. She doesn't look at Kael's face. Her eyes go straight to his wrist, where the government band sits like a scar. Omega, low utility. She taps something on her screen. Processing centers on 12. Medicals on 15 if he fails the scan. Understood. Kael's stomach tightens. He's been scanned before. 3 times in the shelter. Twice at the assignment office. Every time the results come back the same. Low pheromone output. Minimal bonding compatibility. High probability of rejection. They call it science. He calls it sorting. The elevator ride takes 43 seconds. Kael counts them. Counting keeps his breathing steady. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Don't let them see panic. Panic gets flagged. Flagged omegas disappear into extended observation, and extended observation is just another word for disposal. The doors open on 12. The hallway is white. Too white. Fluorescent lights hum overhead, buzzing like insects. Kael's shoes squeak against polished tile as the woman in gray leads him past numbered doors. He catches glimpses through small windows. Other omegas sitting in chairs, staring at walls, waiting. Always waiting. They stop at room 1247. The woman in gray swipes a keycard. The lock clicks open. Sit. Don't touch anything. Someone will be with you shortly. She closes the door before he can respond. Not that he would have. Responses get recorded. Recordings get reviewed. Reviews lead to reclassification, and reclassification only goes one direction for people like him. Down. The room is small. A table. 2 chairs. A camera in the corner with a blinking red light. Kael sits in the chair facing the door because the other chair has restraints built into the armrests. He counts his breaths again. 1, 2, 3. The door opens. A man walks in. Tall. Dark skin. Expensive suit that probably costs more than 6 months of Kael's assigned housing. He doesn't sit. Just stands there, studying Kael the way someone studies a broken appliance they're deciding whether to fix or throw away. Kael Winters. Kael nods. Speaking isn't required yet. The man sets a tablet on the table. Kael's file glows on the screen. Medical history. Psych evaluations. Assignment recommendations. Everything that makes him disposable right there in crisp digital text. You've been flagged for advanced placement. Kael's heart kicks against his ribs. Advanced placement. That's not a term he's heard before. It sounds positive. Official. But positive things don't happen to low-rank omegas, and official things usually mean something worse is coming. What does that mean? The man's expression doesn't change. It means you're being considered for a position that requires specific qualities. I don't have specific qualities. Kael keeps his voice flat. Factual. My file says so. Your file says a lot of things. The man taps the screen. Most of them are about to become irrelevant. The lights flicker. Just once. Quick enough that Kael almost thinks he imagined it. But the man noticed too. His jaw tightens. He pulls a phone from his pocket, glances at the screen, then looks back at Kael with something new in his eyes. Not anger. Recognition. Come with me. Where? Up. The man doesn't wait for agreement. He opens the door and steps into the hallway. The woman in gray is gone. The hallway is empty, silent. Kael stands. His legs feel steadier now, but his pulse hasn't slowed. Omegas don't go up. Up is where alphas work, where decisions get made, where people like him only go when they're being transferred to somewhere worse. The man is already walking. Kael follows because not following would be flagged as non-compliance, and non-compliance means sedation. They pass the elevator they came up in. The man heads for a different one at the end of the hall. Private. No call button. Just a keycard reader that glows red until he swipes his card and it turns green. The elevator doors open. Inside, there's only one button. 47th floor. Kael steps inside. The doors close. The elevator starts moving and doesn't stop. What do you think happens when a low-rank Omega goes where he's not supposed to be? The elevator doesn't slow at any other floor. Kael watches the numbers climb on the digital display. 13, 20, 35. His ears pop from the pressure change. The man in the suit stands perfectly still beside him, eyes forward, jaw set. 47 floors up. That's where alphas live. Where syndicate executives hold meetings that shift entire districts. Where contracts get signed in silence and enforced with disappearances. The elevator stops. The doors open. A woman waits on the other side. Not like the one in gray downstairs. This one wears black. Tailored jacket. Heels that click against marble when she moves. Her eyes are sharp enough to cut. Is this him? Yes. She looks Kael over the way people look at furniture they're deciding whether to keep. Her gaze lingers on his wrist. On the band. He's smaller than I expected. Size isn't relevant. It is if he breaks. She turns away. Follow me. Kael follows because he has no other choice. The man in the suit stays in the elevator. The doors close behind Kael with a soft hiss. And suddenly he's alone with this woman who moves like a blade. The hallway here is different. No fluorescent buzz. Just soft lighting that comes from panels hidden in the ceiling. The floors are dark wood. Real wood, not synthetic. Each step echoes. They pass glass-walled offices. Inside, people work at sleek desks with multiple screens. No one looks up. No one acknowledges them. It's like Kael doesn't exist. He's used to that. The woman stops at a door made of frosted glass. She doesn't knock, just opens it and steps aside. Wait here. She leaves before Kael can ask how long. The door closes behind him with a soft click. No lock sound, but he knows better than to try the handle. This room isn't small like the one downstairs. It's not white either. Dark walls. A single chair facing a window that stretches floor to ceiling. The view outside is dizzying, city lights spreading out in every direction. Towers stabbing up into low clouds. Kael doesn't sit. Sitting feels like surrender, and he's not ready for that yet. He remembers the first time someone told him what low rank meant. Not the words themselves. He'd heard those plenty, but the meaning behind them. He was 14. Fresh out of initial classification, the counselor, a beta woman with tired eyes, had pulled up his test results on her screen and sighed. Kael, your numbers are challenging. What does that mean? It means you'll need to work harder than most. At what? She'd looked at him then, really looked, like she was deciding whether honesty would help or hurt. At being useful. That's when he learned the truth. Low-rank Omegas weren't abused loudly. They were erased quietly. Given jobs that didn't matter. Housed in places no one visited. Forgotten until the system decided they'd outlived their function. And then they disappeared. The door opens. Kael turns too fast. His shoulder hits the window. Cold glass against his skin through the thin fabric of his shirt. A man steps inside. Not the one from before. This one is younger. Maybe 30. Brown skin. Close-cropped hair. Eyes that miss nothing. He's not wearing a suit. Just dark pants and a fitted shirt with the sleeves rolled up. He looks at Kael for 3 long seconds. Then he speaks. Do you know why you're here? Kael's throat is dry. No, neither do I. The man crosses his arms. But apparently someone thinks you're worth pulling off the processing floor. I didn't ask to be pulled. No one's asking what you want. The man walks closer. Not threatening, just present. They're asking what you can do. I can't do anything. That's what my file says. Your file's incomplete. How? The man doesn't answer. Instead, he pulls a small device from his pocket. Square. Metal. It beeps once when he presses his thumb to the screen. Extend your wrist. Kael hesitates. The man waits. Doesn't order. Doesn't threaten. Just waits like he has all the time in the world. Kael extends his arm. The band is warm against his skin from body heat. The man holds the device near the band. It beeps again. Louder this time. The screen flashes green, then red, then green again. The man frowns. That's not possible. What's not possible? Your classification. He lowers the device. According to this, you shouldn't be low rank at all. Kael's stomach drops. That's a mistake. Maybe. Or maybe someone wanted you classified wrong. Why would anyone want that? The man's expression shifts. Not quite a smile. Something colder. Because low-rank omegas are easy to move, easy to place, easy to access. He pockets the device, and no one asks questions when they disappear. The lights flicker again. This time, they stay off for 2 full seconds. Long enough for Kael to see the city lights outside dim too. Long enough for the emergency strips along the floor to glow faint blue. When the lights come back, the man is already at the door. Stay here. Don't leave this room. What's happening? Power grid disruption. Happens once a month. Usually planned. He opens the door. This one isn't. He's gone before Kael can ask what that means. The door doesn't lock behind him. Kael hears footsteps in the hallway. Voices. Urgent but controlled. Then an alarm. Not loud. Not blaring. Just a steady pulse of sound that makes Kael's chest tighten. He moves to the window, presses his hands against the glass. Cold seeps through his palms. Far below, the city flickers. Blocks of darkness spreading like spilled ink. Emergency lights kick on in some buildings. Others stay dark. And in the distance, south, maybe 5 miles out, a red glow rises against the clouds. Fire. Have you ever been somewhere you knew you shouldn't survive? The fire spreads faster than it should. Kael watches from 47 floors up as entire blocks go dark. Then flare orange. Smoke rises in thick columns, lit from below by flames that don't behave like normal fire. They move, twist, climb buildings that shouldn't burn. His breath fogs the glass. He steps back, wipes the condensation away with his sleeve. The alarm stops. The silence that follows is worse. No voices in the hallway, no footsteps. Just the hum of backup generators somewhere deep in the building. Kael tries the door. It opens. The hallway is empty. Emergency lighting casts everything in pale blue. Shadows pool in corners where the light doesn't reach. He shouldn't leave. The man told him to stay. But staying means waiting for someone to come back. And Kael has learned that waiting for help is how people like him get forgotten. He moves left, away from the elevator, toward the stairs. The stairwell door is heavy. Takes both hands to pull it open. Inside, the air is cooler. Concrete walls. Metal railings. His footsteps echo as he starts down. He makes it 3 floors before he hears it. Crying. Small. High-pitched. A child. Kael stops. His hand grips the railing. He should keep moving. Children aren't his responsibility. He has no authority. No clearance. No reason to get involved. But the crying doesn't stop. He turns around, climbs back up, past the 47th floor, 48, 49. The sound is coming from above, from the roof access. The door at the top of the stairwell is marked No Entry. Authorized personnel only. Kael pushes it open anyway. Wind hits him immediately. Cold, sharp, carries smoke and the chemical smell of burning plastic. The roof is wide, flat, covered in ventilation units and satellite equipment. And near the edge, crouched beside an exhaust vent, is a child, maybe 6 years old, dark skin, braided hair coming loose, wearing pajamas with cartoon characters on them, the kind of clothes that belong in a warm bed, not on a rooftop during a citywide emergency. The child sees Kael and screams. "It's okay." Kael raises his hands, keeps his distance. "I'm not going to hurt you. They left me." The child's voice breaks. "They said they'd come back, but they didn't." "Who left you?" "The nanny. She said to hide and she'd come get me, but the fire." The child points toward the edge of the roof. "It's so big." Kael moves closer, slow, unthreatening. When he reaches the child, he crouches down to eye level. "What's your name?" "Amara." "Okay, Amara. I'm Kael. And I'm going to get you somewhere safe." "How?" Amara's eyes are wide, terrified. "The stairs are blocked. I tried. There's too much smoke." Kael looks back at the stairwell door. He didn't see smoke on his way up, but that doesn't mean it isn't there on the lower floors. Buildings like this have fire suppression systems, isolated ventilation, but if the emergency protocols failed when the power went out, the ground shakes. Not an earthquake, something else, deep, resonant, like something massive just moved beneath the city. Amara grabs Kael's arm. Her fingers dig in hard enough to bruise. "What was that?" Kael doesn't answer because he doesn't know. He stands, pulls Amara up with him, scans the roof for another exit, another stairwell, a maintenance ladder, anything. There's nothing, just the edge, and the drop, and the fire spreading below. The ground shakes again, harder this time. Ventilation units rattle. Loose gravel skitters across the roof surface. And then the air changes. Kael feels it before he sees it. Heat, not from the fire below, from above. Like standing too close to an open furnace. Amara screams again. Kael looks up. Wings blot out the clouds. Massive, scaled, burning with light that isn't quite flame. They stretch wider than the roof, wider than the building. Each beat sends wind rushing down in waves that nearly knock Kael off his feet. The dragon descends. Kael has seen pictures, grainy footage on government broadcasts, warnings about restricted airspace. But pictures don't capture size. Don't capture the way the air itself seems to bend around something that shouldn't exist. It lands on the far side of the roof. Claws scrape concrete. The whole building trembles. Up close, the scales aren't just red. They're copper and gold and deep crimson that shifts in the emergency lighting. The dragon's head swings toward them, eyes like molten metal, pupils narrow to slits. Amara is crying again. Quiet sobs against Kael's chest. He wraps both arms around her. His own fear is a living thing, clawing up his throat, but he forces it down. The dragon doesn't attack. It lowers its head, slow, deliberate, until its nose is 3 feet from Kael's face. Heat rolls off its scales in waves. Kael's skin prickles. Sweat breaks out across his forehead. And the dragon bows. Not to Amara, to him. Kael doesn't understand. Dragons don't bow to omegas, especially not low-rank ones with broken classifications and government bans that mark them as disposable. But this one does. Turns its head, exposes the curve of its neck where the scales flatten into a ridge. An invitation. Kael's hands shake. "I can't." The dragon doesn't move, just waits, like it has all the time in the world even though the city is burning below and smoke is rising through the building's ventilation shafts. Amara pulls back, looks up at Kael. "Is it going to eat us?" "I don't think so." "Then what does it want?" Kael looks at the dragon. At the scales that should burn him alive. At the wings that could carry them both off this roof and away from the fire and the smoke and the building that's slowly filling with heat. He looks at Amara, at her tear-streaked face and her pajamas and the absolute terror in her eyes. And he makes a choice. "Hold on to me, tight. Don't let go no matter what." Amara wraps her arms around his neck, locks her legs around his waist. Kael lifts her with him as he steps forward. His hand touches the dragon's neck. The scales are warm, not burning, warm like sun-heated stone. He climbs. It should be impossible. The surface is too smooth, the angle too steep, but his hands find purchase where there shouldn't be any. His feet brace against ridges that feel made for climbing, and the dragon stays perfectly still. When Kael settles into the space between the wing joints, the dragon's head turns to look back at him. Those molten eyes meet his, and Kael swears he sees something in them. Recognition. The wings spread. 1 beat. 2. The roof falls away. Wind screams past Kael's ears. Amara's screaming too, but her grip doesn't loosen. Kael holds her with one arm and grips the dragon's scales with the other. They rise above the smoke, above the towers, above the clouds themselves, and far below, standing on a balcony surrounded by guards and glass, a man watches them pass. He's too far away for Kael to see his face. But Kael feels his gaze like a weight, like being measured, assessed, judged. The dragon banks left, cuts through the sky with impossible speed. The city spreads out below them, a grid of light and darkness, fire and water, chaos and control. Amara stops screaming. Her breath comes in gasps against Kael's shoulder. Are we flying? Yes. Am I dreaming? I don't think so. The dragon circles twice, then descends toward a tower on the far side of the city. Emergency lights glow on its roof. People wait there. Fire crews, medics. The dragon lands so gently that Kael barely feels the impact. Before anyone can approach, Kael slides down, helps Samara down after him. The girl immediately runs toward a woman in a medic uniform who drops to her knees and wraps Samara in her arms. Kael steps back, looks up at the dragon. It's already turning, wings spreading, ready to leave. Wait! The dragon pauses, looks back at him, and Kael knows, somehow impossibly, that this isn't the last time they'll see each other. Then it's gone, vanishing into smoke and clouds and darkness. And Kael is left standing on a rooftop surrounded by people who are staring at him like he just did something impossible. When was the last time you did something you knew would change everything? They don't let him leave. Not the medics, not the fire crews. They surround him with questions that feel more like interrogation. How did he get on the roof? How did he know the dragon would come? How did he survive the heat? Kael answers in fragments, single syllables. He doesn't have explanations that make sense. A man in a dark suit arrives within 20 minutes. Not the same one from before. This one's older, gray at the temples. He doesn't ask questions, just holds up a badge that sends everyone else stepping back. Come with me. Kael follows him to an elevator. They descend in silence. When the doors open, they're not in a lobby. They're in an underground garage. Concrete and fluorescent lights and the smell of exhaust. A black car waits, engine running, windows tinted. Get in. Kael gets in. The interior is leather and silence. The man slides in beside him. The driver, another man in a suit, pulls out without a word. They drive for 7 minutes. Kael counts, watches the streets pass through tinted glass. The fires are still burning in some districts. Emergency vehicles everywhere. But here, in whatever part of the city this is, everything looks normal. Clean. Controlled. The car stops in front of a building with no signs. Just smooth stone and dark glass and a single entrance guarded by 2 men who don't acknowledge the car's arrival. Inside, Kael steps out. The air is cold. He's still in the thin shirt from processing. No jacket. But the cold isn't what makes him shiver. They take another elevator. This one has no buttons. Just a keycard reader and a voice that asks for authorization. The man provides a code. 12 digits. The elevator moves. When it stops, the doors open onto a hallway that reminds Kael of the 47th floor. Same dark wood, same soft lighting, but the air here feels different, heavier, like pressure building before a storm. They stop at a door. The man knocks once. Short, precise. A voice answers from inside. Enter. The man opens the door but doesn't step through. Just gestures for Kael to go alone. Kael enters. The room is an office. Large desk, bookshelves. A single chair facing away from the door, toward a window that overlooks the city. Someone sits in that chair. Kael can see the outline of broad shoulders. Dark hair. The door closes behind him with a soft click. The chair doesn't turn. Sit. Kael looks around. There's another chair against the wall. He drags it forward. The sound of legs scraping against wood floor seems too loud. He sits. Tell me what happened. The voice is deep, controlled, not aggressive, just absolute. The kind of voice that doesn't need to raise itself to be heard. I was on a roof. There was a child. The fire. Not that. Before that. Kael's hands tighten on his knees. I don't understand. You were on the 47th floor. You weren't scheduled for advanced placement. You have no clearance for that level. Yet somehow you were pulled from standard processing and brought to a restricted area. A pause. I want to know why. I don't know why. They just took me. Who took you? A man. Gray suit. Tall. He said I was flagged for something. Flagged by whom? He didn't say. The chair turns. The man facing him is younger than his voice suggested. Maybe 35. Dark skin. Strong features. He wears a black suit without a tie. His eyes are gold, not brown, not hazel. Actually gold. Alpha eyes. He studies Kael the way someone studies evidence at a crime scene. My dragon chose you. It's not a question. Kael nods anyway. That shouldn't be possible. Ignivar hasn't responded to anyone in 17 years. Not since his original handler was killed. The man leans forward slightly. Yet he carried you, protected you, obeyed you. I didn't give any commands. You climbed on his back. That's command enough. The man's gaze doesn't waver. Do you know who I am? No. My name is Rhett Calderon. I run Virex Consortium, which means I run most of the city's infrastructure, defense contracts, and emergency protocols. He tilts his head slightly. It also means I own Ignivar, and anything he responds to becomes my concern. Kael's chest tightens. Ownership. That's the word that changes everything. I didn't steal anything. I didn't accuse you of theft. Rhett stands, moves around the desk, stops 3 feet away. I'm trying to understand how a low-rank Omega with no documented abilities managed to bond with a weapon that's rejected every alpha we've assigned to him. I didn't bond with anything. I just needed to save the child. And the dragon appeared. Yes. At exactly the right moment. Yes. On a roof 49 floors up that has restricted access and no reason for a child to be there. Kael goes still. You think I planned this? I think coincidences don't exist in my city. Rhett crosses his arms. I think someone arranged for you to be in that building. Someone arranged for that child to be on that roof. And someone arranged for Ignivar to be in the airspace at exactly the right time to respond. Who would do that? That's what I intend to find out. Rhett moves to the window, looks out at the city. Until then, you're staying here. I have assigned housing. Not anymore. Your classification has been suspended pending investigation. Kael stands too fast. His chair tips backward, hits the floor with a crack. You can't suspend my classification. I just did. That's illegal. It's not. Rhett turns back to face him. Emergency protocols allow for temporary reclassification of any individual involved in high-security incidents. You rode a classified weapon through contested airspace during a citywide emergency. That makes you high security. I was helping someone. Help isn't relevant. Security is. Rhett's expression doesn't change, doesn't soften. You're not being punished. You're being contained. The word lands like a fist. Contained. Not protected. Not helped. Contained. Kael's hands shake. He shoves them in his pockets so Rhett can't see. For how long? Until I decide otherwise. Rhett walks back to his desk, presses a button. Someone will show you to your quarters. You'll have meals, access to a private floor, medical attention if needed. He looks up, meets Kael's eyes. But you don't leave this building, and you don't contact anyone outside. What if I refuse? Then I classify you as a security threat and put you somewhere significantly less comfortable. The door opens. A woman enters. Same black suit. Same sharp eyes. She looks at Kael without expression. Take him to the 31st floor. North wing. Standard containment protocols. The woman nods. Kael doesn't move. What about the child? Amara? She's being taken care of. By who? People who are paid to do exactly that. Rhett sits, picks up a tablet. Swipes through screens like Kael isn't standing there. You can go. Kael wants to argue, wants to demand answers, wants to refuse every word that just came out of Rhett Calderon's mouth. But he's been erased quietly enough times to know how this works. So he follows the woman, out of the office, down the hall, into another elevator that descends exactly 16 floors before stopping. The 31st floor is quieter than the ones above. Fewer windows, more doors. The woman leads him to the far end of a hallway and stops at a door marked 3147. She presses her palm to the reader. The lock clicks open. Inside, Kael steps through. The room is larger than he expected. A bed, a desk, a window that overlooks a different part of the city. A bathroom with a door that actually closes. It's nicer than anywhere he's ever lived. Still a cage. The woman speaks from the doorway. Meals are delivered at 7, noon, and 6. Medical checks daily. If you need anything, use the call button on the wall. What if I need to leave? She doesn't answer, just closes the door. The lock clicks. Kael stands in the middle of the room, looks around, touches nothing, and realizes that somewhere between waking up in a van and climbing onto a dragon's back, he stopped being invisible. Have you ever been seen by someone who knew exactly how dangerous you were? 3 days pass. Kael counts them by meals. 21 deliveries. Each one comes through a slot in the door. Covered trays. Hot food. Better than anything he got in assigned housing. But no one speaks. No one checks if he's eating. No one comes inside. On the 4th day, the door unlocks. Kael is sitting on the bed when it happens. The click is soft but unmistakable. He stands, waits, expects guards, expects the woman in black. Instead, Rhett Calderon walks in alone. He's not wearing a suit this time. Just dark pants and a gray shirt with the sleeves rolled up. He looks tired, not exhausted, just present, like someone who hasn't slept well but refuses to let it show. Stand up. Kael is already standing. Rhett looks around the room, at the untouched desk, the neatly made bed, the tray from breakfast still sitting on the table by the window. You're not eating. I'm eating enough. The medical reports say you've lost 4 pounds since you got here. Medical reports. Kael's jaw tightens. You're tracking my weight. I'm tracking everything. Rhett moves to the window, looks out. That's what containment means. Is that why you're here? To check on your prisoner. You're not a prisoner. Then what am I? Rhett turns, meets his eyes. I haven't decided yet. The honesty catches Kael off guard. He expected deflection, expected corporate language, expected anything but the truth delivered that plainly. Rhett walks to the table, pulls out the chair, sits, gestures to the other chair. Sit. Kael doesn't move. I'm fine standing. I wasn't asking. There's no threat in the words, just certainty, the kind that makes arguing feel pointless. Kael sits. Rhett leans back in the chair, studies him in that same assessing way from before. I had your file pulled, full history, not the condensed version they give Omegas. Kael's stomach tightens. And you're interesting. Rhett taps the table once. Born in district housing. Mother died when you were 6. Father never listed. Entered the shelter system at 7. Classified at 14. Low pheromone output. Minimal compatibility markers. High compliance scores. That's not interesting. That's just sad. That's what I thought too, until I kept reading. Rhett's expression doesn't change. You have 17 incident reports. All minor. All dismissed. But they're there. Incident reports for what? Helping. A child who wandered into traffic. An elderly beta who collapsed on a bus. A fire in your housing unit where you got 6 people out before emergency services arrived. Rhett tilts his head. You have a pattern of putting yourself at risk for people you don't know. So that's not normal. Especially not for low-rank Omegas who are trained to avoid attention. Rhett leans forward. Most people in your position learn to disappear. You never did. Kael looks away. Out the window, the city spreads below. Endless towers and lights and movement. Disappearing doesn't help anyone. It keeps you alive. Alive isn't the same as living. Rhett is quiet for a moment. When he speaks again, his voice is different. Softer. Not gentle, he doesn't sound capable of gentle, but less absolute. The child you saved. Amara. She's safe. Reunited with her family. Kael looks back at him. You're sure? I made sure personally. Rhett stands. Walks back to the window. She won't remember most of it. Children that age rarely do. But her family knows what you did. Do they know who I am? No. I kept your name out of reports. Rhett glances back. For your protection. Or yours. Both. No deflection. Just truth again. If word got out that a low-rank Omega bonded with Ignivar, people would come looking for you. Syndicates. Researchers. Worse. He turns fully to face Kael. Some of those people work for me, which is why you're still here. Kael's chest tightens. You're protecting me from your own people. I'm protecting an asset from people who don't understand its value. Rhett crosses his arms. There's a difference. Asset. The word sits between them like broken glass. I'm not a thing you own. No, you're not. Rhett moves away from the window, toward the door. But Ignivar is. And until I understand why he chose you, you're staying close. He stops at the door. Hand on the handle. Looks back. I'm having your access expanded. You'll be allowed on floors 20 through 40. Supervised. Don't try to leave the building. What if I do? You won't. Not a threat. Just certainty. Because you want to know why the dragon chose you as much as I do. He's right. Kael hates that he's right. Rhett opens the door. Steps into the hallway. But before he closes it, he speaks one more time. There's a library on 36. Full access. No restrictions on content. A pause. I thought you might want something to do besides counting meals. The door closes. The lock doesn't click. Kael sits in the chair Rhett just left. Looks at the door. At the window. At the room that's still a cage but somehow feels different now. Because Rhett didn't have to tell him about Amara. Didn't have to expand his access. Didn't have to acknowledge that Kael wasn't a thing to be owned. But he did. And Kael doesn't know if that makes Rhett dangerous. Or something worse. Someone who might actually see him as human. What happens when the person keeping you contained is the only one treating you like a person? The library door is already open when Kael reaches the 36th floor. He stops 3 feet from the entrance. Looks inside. Rows of shelves stretch toward floor-to-ceiling windows. Real books. Not tablets. Not screens. Actual paper and binding and the smell of old pages that reminds him of a life he barely remembers. A woman sits at a desk near the window. Dark skin. Locks tied back. She looks up when Kael's shadow crosses the threshold. You can come in. It's allowed. Kael steps inside. His footsteps are too loud against the polished floor. He keeps his hands at his sides, touching nothing. I'm Zara. The woman closes her book. Stands. I manage this floor. You must be Kael. How do you know my name? Everyone knows your name. She walks toward the shelves. Runs her fingers along the spines. You're the Omega who rode the dragon. That makes you either very brave or very stupid. I didn't have a choice. There's always a choice. Zara pulls a book from the shelf. Holds it out. Even when it doesn't feel like it. Kael takes the book. The cover is worn. The title barely legible. Something about bonded creatures and ancient protocols. Why are you giving me this? Because you're looking for answers. And Mr. Calderon told me to help you find them. Zara returns to her desk. Sits. Picks up her own book again. Read. Don't read. It's your time. Kael opens the book. The first page is a diagram. A dragon. An omega. Lines connecting them in patterns that look more like circuit boards than biology. He reads for an hour. Then 2. The words blur together. Technical language. Scientific terms. But beneath all of it, a single truth keeps appearing. Dragons don't bond randomly. They recognize something. A frequency. A match. Something in the Omega's biology that resonates with their own. And once bonded, they don't let go. Kael closes the book. Looks up. Zara is watching him. Did you find what you needed? I found more questions. That's usually how it works. She sets her own book down. Can I ask you something? Kael nods. When you were on that dragon, when you were flying, did it feel wrong? No. Did it feel scary? Yes. But you stayed on anyway. The child needed help. Zara leans back in her chair, studies him the way Rhett did, like he's a problem that needs solving. Most people would have found another way, called for help, waited for professionals. There wasn't time. There's always time to choose safety. She stands, walks to the window. Unless safety isn't what you're built for. The words hit differently than expected. Kael joins her at the window, looks out at the city. From this height, the burn zones are visible. Dark patches where buildings used to be. Emergency crews still working. People still displaced. Do you think I bonded with it? The dragon. I think the dragon bonded with you. Zara glances at him. There's a difference. What difference? One means you have control. The other means you have responsibility. Before Kael can respond, the door opens. A man in a black suit steps inside. Not someone Kael has seen before. Younger, harder edges. Mr. Calderon wants to see you. Now. Zara's expression shifts. Not fear. Concern. Is something wrong? The man doesn't answer. Just looks at Kael. Let's go. Kael follows him out. Down the hallway. Into an elevator that descends fast enough to make his ears pop. They don't stop at the 47th floor. They keep going. Past 50. Past 60. The elevator stops at 71. The doors open onto a rooftop. Wind hits immediately, cold and sharp. Kael steps out onto concrete. The city spreads in every direction. Endless. Overwhelming. Rhett stands near the edge, hands in his pockets. He doesn't turn when Kael approaches. Do you know what bothers me most about what happened? Kael stops a few feet back. No. The timing. Rhett finally turns. His expression is unreadable. The blackout, the fire, the child on the roof. Ignivar in exactly the right airspace. He takes a step closer. Too many pieces falling into place. You think someone planned it. I know someone planned it. I just don't know who. Or why. Rhett's eyes narrow. But I know you're connected. I didn't plan anything. I believe you. Rhett pulls something from his pocket. A small device. The same one the man used on Kael's band days ago. But someone else did. Someone who knew you'd be in that building. Someone who knew Ignivar would respond to you. He holds up the device. Presses a button. A hologram projects into the air between them. Kael's classification file. But it's different now. Sections are highlighted in red. Your original classification was altered. Not by accident. By someone with access to core systems. Rhett swipes through screens. Someone changed your pheromone readings. Lowered your compatibility scores. Made you look disposable. Kael's chest tightens. Why? So you'd end up exactly where you ended up. Low rank. Invisible. Easy to move. Rhett closes the hologram. And when the moment came, you'd be positioned perfectly. For what? That's what I need you to tell me. Rhett steps closer. Close enough that Kael can see gold flecks in his eyes. Who would want you bonded to my dragon? Who benefits from an Omega with no official standing controlling the most powerful weapon in this city? I'm not controlling anything. Not yet. Rhett's jaw tightens. But you could. And that makes you either the most dangerous person in this building or the key to stopping whoever arranged this. The wind picks up. Kael's thin shirt offers no protection. He wraps his arms around himself. Tries to process what Rhett just said. Someone wanted this. Planned this. Used him. What do you want from me? I want you to call him. Kael goes still. Call who? Ignivar. Rhett gestures toward the sky. Call him. See if he comes. I don't know how. Figure it out. Rhett walks back toward the elevator. Stops. Looks back. Because if you can't control what's been bonded to you, then someone else will. And I guarantee they won't be as reasonable as I am. The elevator doors close. Rhett is gone. Kael stands alone on the roof. 71 floors up. Wind tearing at his clothes. Heart pounding against his ribs. He looks up at the sky. The clouds moving fast overhead. At the empty space where wings should be. And he whispers, Ignivar. Nothing happens. He tries again. Louder this time. Ignivar. Still nothing. But somewhere deep in his chest, something shifts. Warmth spreading outward. Not painful, just present. Like recognition without words. And far in the distance, beyond the towers and the clouds, something roars. What would you risk to understand a power you never asked for? Drop a comment below and subscribe so you don't miss what happens when Kael discovers what he's truly capable of. Hit that notification bell. This story is about to change everything. Share your thoughts and inspire others with your words. The roar echoes across the city. Kael's hands shake. He grips the edge of the roof barrier. The metal is cold. Enough to burn. His breath comes fast. Too fast. He forces himself to slow down. Count. 1, 2, 3. The warmth in his chest spreads. Down his arms. Into his fingertips. It doesn't hurt, but it feels wrong. Like something foreign trying to make itself at home. The sky darkens. Not clouds. Wings. Ignivar descends faster than before. No careful approach. No hesitation. He drops through the air like a stone wrapped in fire. Kael stumbles back. His shoulders hit the elevator housing. The dragon lands 10 feet away. Claws scrape concrete. Tail sweeps across the roof. His head swings toward Kael. Those molten eyes lock on. And Kael feels it. Not words. Not language. Just awareness. Like standing in front of a mirror that shows more than reflection. The dragon isn't just looking at him. He's seeing through him. Past skin and bone into something deeper. Kael's knees nearly give out. He braces himself against the wall. I didn't mean to. Ignivar moves closer. His breath is heat without flame. It washes over Kael in waves. The dragon lowers his head, presses his nose against Kael's chest, right where the warmth started. And suddenly Kael understands. This isn't control. It's recognition. The dragon isn't answering a command. He's answering a call he's been waiting 17 years to hear. The elevator doors open behind him. Rhett steps out. Stops. Stares at the dragon pressed against Kael like a house cat seeking warmth. His expression doesn't change, but something in his eyes does. How did you do that? I don't know. You called him. I said his name. I've said his name 1,000 times. He never came. Rhett walks closer. Slow. Watching the dragon for any sign of aggression. What's different about you? I'm not different. I'm just... Kael stops. Tries to find words for something he doesn't understand. I'm just here. Ignivar lifts his head. Looks at Rhett. Not aggressive. Not defensive. Just... assessing. The way an animal assesses whether something is threat or pack. Rhett stops 5 feet away. Meets the dragon's gaze without flinching. I need to know if you're still mine. The dragon doesn't move. Or if you've chosen someone else. Ignivar turns his head. Looks at Kael again. Then back at Rhett. And does something Kael didn't expect. He bows his head to both of them. Rhett's jaw tightens. He looks at Kael. He's never done that before. What does it mean? It means he's acknowledged two masters. Rhett's voice is flat, controlled, but underneath something else. Uncertainty, which shouldn't be possible. Maybe it's not about masters. Kael pushes away from the wall, stands on shaking legs. Maybe it's about something else. Like what? I don't know. Balance? Partnership? Kael looks at the dragon, at the scales that catch light even in shadow. You said dragons bond with frequency. Maybe he needs both of ours. Rhett is quiet for a long moment. Then he steps closer to Ignivar, raises one hand. The dragon watches but doesn't pull away. Rhett's palm touches scales near the jaw. The dragon's eyes close. I haven't been able to do this in 3 years. Rhett's voice is softer now, almost gentle. He stopped letting me touch him after his handler died. Stopped responding to anyone. What happened to his handler? Fire. Building collapse. She got trapped during an emergency response. Rhett's hand stills. Ignivar tried to save her. Burned down half a district doing it. But she was already gone. Kael's chest aches. Not from the warmth. From understanding. He's been waiting for her. That's what I thought. But now. Rhett looks at Kael. Really looks. Now I think he was waiting for someone who understood what she understood. What's that? That power isn't about control. It's about trust. Rhett drops his hand. She never commanded him. She asked, and he answered. The dragon shifts, spreads his wings slightly. They glow at the edges where membrane meets bone. Kael sees patterns in the light, like circuitry, like the diagrams in Zara's book. Someone changed my classification to make me look useless. Kael takes a step toward Ignivar. The dragon watches but doesn't move. Why would they do that? To hide you, to position you. Rhett crosses his arms. Or to make sure you'd be desperate enough to take risks. Risks like climbing on a dragon. Exactly. Rhett walks to the edge of the roof, looks out at the city. Someone's been planning this for years. Changing records, moving pieces, waiting for the right moment. What moment? The moment when Virex was vulnerable, when our emergency systems were compromised, when I was distracted. Rhett turns back. The blackout wasn't random. It was coordinated. Someone wanted chaos, wanted to expose weaknesses. By using a child as bait, Rhett's expression hardens. Yes, that's... Kael can't find a word strong enough. That's monstrous. That's strategic. Rhett walks back toward them. Whoever did this knew I'd respond to a civilian threat. Knew Ignivar would respond to you. Knew you'd do whatever it took to save someone helpless. He stops in front of Kael. They read all of us perfectly. So what do? We find them, we stop them, and we make sure they understand what happens when people threaten my city. Rhett's eyes flash gold. Pure alpha. But first, you need to learn how to work with him. Work with who? Ignivar. Rhett gestures at the dragon. If you're bonded, if he's chosen you, then you need to know what that means. How to communicate. How to function together. I don't know how to do any of that. Then you'll learn. Rhett pulls out his phone. Types something. I'm assigning you a trainer. Someone who knew his original handler. Someone who understands how dragon bonds work. When? Tomorrow, 6 a.m. Rooftop training grounds. Rhett heads back toward the elevator. Get some rest. You'll need it. The doors start to close. Kael calls out. Wait. Rhett stops the doors with his hand. Looks back. Why are you helping me? If someone's using me to get to you, wouldn't it be easier to just get rid of me? Rhett's expression doesn't change, but his voice does. Quieter, more honest. Because getting rid of problems is easy. Understanding them is hard. And I don't take the easy path when lives are at stake. The doors close. Kael is alone with the dragon again. Ignivar watches him, waiting. I don't know what I'm doing. Kael speaks out loud. Feels ridiculous doing it. I don't know why you chose me. I don't know how to help. The dragon steps closer, lowers his head again. This time, Kael raises his hand, touches warm scales, feels heat that doesn't burn, feels connection without words, and understands that sometimes the most important bonds aren't chosen. They're recognized. Have you ever been chosen for something you didn't understand? Comment below and hit subscribe. Tomorrow, Kael's training begins, and what he discovers will change everything. Turn on notifications so you don't miss a moment. Share this story with someone who needs to hear it. The rooftop training grounds aren't what Kael expected. No equipment, no weapons. Just open space marked with faded paint lines and scorch marks that look decades old. He arrives at 6 a.m. exactly. Ignivar is already there, waiting near the eastern edge where dawn light hasn't quite reached yet. The trainer arrives 2 minutes later. She's older than Kael expected. Maybe 60. Gray locks pulled back. Skin weathered by sun and wind. She moves like someone who's spent a lifetime being underestimated and learning to use it. I'm Nayla. She doesn't offer a hand. Just looks at Kael the way someone examines structural integrity. I trained Simone, Ignivar's first handler. Rhett said you'd teach me. I said I'd assess you. Teaching comes after. Nayla walks past him, toward Ignivar. The dragon watches her approach but doesn't bow, doesn't lower his head, just observes. He remembers me. Is that good? It means he hasn't forgotten what Simone taught him, which means we have foundation to build on. Nayla turns back. Take off your shirt. Kael blinks. What? Your shirt. Take it off. I need to see your back. Why? Because bonded omegas develop marks, physical changes. And I need to know if you're actually bonded or if this is temporary resonance. Nayla crosses her arms. Shirt. Now. Kael hesitates, then pulls his shirt over his head. The morning air is cold against his skin. He hears Nayla's sharp intake of breath behind him. Turn around. He turns, faces away from her, feels her fingers trace patterns on his skin. Lines he didn't know were there, warmth that spreads from his spine outward. How long have you had these? I don't have anything. You do. Look. Nayla holds up her phone, shows him a picture she just took of his back. Kael stares. Thin lines run from his shoulder blades down to his lower back. They're faint, almost invisible, but when light hits them right, they glow. Red gold, like ember traces. What are they? Bond marks. Physical manifestation of connection. Nayla lowers the phone. They'll get stronger, more visible. Eventually they'll become permanent. Can they be removed? Only if the bond breaks, which only happens if... Nayla stops, looks at Ignivar. If one of you dies. The words land heavy. Kael pulls his shirt back on, tries to process what she just said. Permanent, lifelong, until death. I didn't ask for this. Nobody asks for bonds. They just happen. Nayla walks toward Ignivar. Come here. Stand beside him. Kael follows. Stops at the dragon's shoulder. This close, he can feel heat radiating through scales. Can hear the low rumble of breath that sounds almost like purring. Put your hand on his neck. Palm flat. Kael does. Warmth floods up his arm immediately. That same recognition from before, but stronger now, more present. Close your eyes. Why? Because I said so. Nayla's voice is sharp. Close them. Kael closes his eyes. Darkness. His own heartbeat. The wind. The dragon's breathing. And then something else. Images. Not his own. He sees sky from above. Sees the city from heights he's never reached. Sees fire not as destruction but as extension. As breath made visible. Do you see it? Kael nods. Can't speak. The images are too overwhelming. Too much. That's his perspective. His memory. You're accessing shared consciousness. Nayla's voice comes from somewhere distant. Now push back. Show him something of yours. I don't know how. Yes, you do. Stop thinking. Just feel. Kael thinks of the roof, of Amara crying, of the moment he decided to climb on despite every instinct screaming danger. He thinks of that choice, that singular moment when fear didn't matter as much as need. The dragon shifts beneath his hand, makes a sound Kael hasn't heard before. Not a roar, something softer. Recognition. Good. He understands. Nayla touches Kael's shoulder. Open your eyes. Kael opens them. Ignivar is looking at him, not assessing, not studying, just seeing. The way someone sees family. What just happened? You established baseline communication, memory sharing, emotional resonance. Nayla steps back. It's the foundation of everything else. Flight, combat, advanced coordination. I'm not learning combat. You will, because whoever arranged your bonding didn't do it for peaceful purposes. Nayla pulls a tablet from her bag, swipes through screens. I've been tracking incident reports. 3 syndicates have made moves on Virex territory in the last 72 hours. Small probes, testing defenses. What does that have to do with me? Everything. They're waiting to see if Virex's ultimate weapon is compromised. If Ignivar answers to someone outside Rhett's control, it changes the power balance in this city. Nayla meets his eyes. You're not just bonded to a dragon. You're bonded to the single factor that keeps 12 criminal organizations from open war. Kael's stomach drops. I didn't want this. Nobody cares what you wanted. They care what you can do. Nayla closes the tablet. Which is why you're training, why you're learning, why you're going to become someone who can't be used. What if I refuse? Then someone else will bond with him, force the connection, break both of you in the process. Nayla's expression hardens. And Simone didn't die protecting this city just so her dragon could be turned into a weapon for people who see power as profit. The words cut deeper than expected. Kael looks at Ignivar, at the scales that carry memories of someone he never met, someone who gave everything. What do I need to do? First, learn to fly without fear. Nayla walks toward the edge of the roof. Second, learn to trust that he'll catch you. And third, you help me find whoever changed your classification and made this bond possible. Because I guarantee they're not done. Nayla turns back. And when they make their next move, you need to be ready. A phone buzzes. Not Kael's. Nayla pulls hers out. Reads something. Her expression shifts. What? Rhett needs you. Now, something happened downtown. She's already moving toward the elevator. Bring Ignivar. I don't know how to. Figure it out. You have 5 minutes. Nayla disappears into the elevator. The doors close. Kael looks at the dragon. Can we fly there? Ignivar spreads his wings, lowers himself the way he did on the other roof. An invitation. Kael climbs on. His hands find purchase automatically, like his body remembers even though his mind doesn't. They rise into morning light. Fast. Smooth. The city spreads below them. And somewhere down there, something is wrong enough that Rhett Calderon needs both of them. What happens when power becomes responsibility? Subscribe and turn on notifications. The next chapter reveals a threat that will test everything Kael's learned. Comment your thoughts and share this story with someone who needs to hear it. The building is half collapsed when they arrive. Ignivar circles twice before landing on an adjacent rooftop. Kael slides down. His legs shake but hold. Below, emergency crews swarm the area. Fire trucks, ambulances, black vehicles that don't have markings but everyone knows belong to Virex. Rhett stands near the edge talking to 3 people in tactical gear. He looks up when Ignivar's shadow crosses over him. Gestures for Kael to come down. Kael finds the stairwell, descends 6 floors, emerges into controlled chaos. People moving with purpose. Radios crackling. Someone's crying somewhere he can't see. Rhett sees him, breaks away from the tactical team, pulls Kael aside into an empty hallway. 12 people are still inside. Structural collapse cut off the main exits. We have maybe an hour before the whole thing comes down. What do you need me to do? I need Ignivar to stabilize the building from the outside while crews evacuate. Rhett pulls up a hologram from his phone. Shows a schematic. Red sections mark damage. But it requires precision. One wrong move and the whole structure folds. I don't know how to control him that precisely. Then learn. Fast. Rhett's voice is hard. Not cruel. Just realistic. Because those 12 people don't have time for training. Kael's chest tightens. He looks back toward the stairwell. Toward where Ignivar waits. What if I can't? Then I send crews in anyway and hope enough of them make it out. Rhett puts the phone away. But that's the old way. The way that gets people killed. He meets Kael's eyes. You're here now. Which means we have options we didn't have before. Someone shouts. A section of wall crumbles. Dust clouds billow outward. People scatter. When it clears, Kael can see into the building. Exposed floors. Dangling rebar. And movement. People trapped in the visible sections. Waving. Screaming. Kael runs back to the stairwell. Takes the steps 3 at a time. Bursts onto the rooftop where Ignivar waits. I need your help. He puts both hands on the dragon's neck. Closes his eyes. Pushes the image into shared space. The building. The people. The collapse waiting to happen. Can you hold it? He feels Ignivar's response. Not words. Understanding. The dragon's wings spread. He launches into air. Kael climbs on his back because staying behind isn't an option anymore. They circle the building. Kael sees what needs to happen. Where support is failing. Where weight needs redistribution. He doesn't know how he knows. He just does. Like the dragon's understanding has become his own. There. That corner. Kael points. Ignivar banks left. Approaches the building's northeast corner where steel beams are buckling. The dragon's claws extend. Grip. Take weight. The building groans. Metal screams. But it holds. Below, crews move in. Fast. Organized. They know they have minutes. Maybe less. Kael feels the strain through the bond. Ignivar is strong. But buildings are heavy. And time is a weight all its own. Just hold it. Just a little longer. The dragon's muscles tremble beneath him. Heat increases. The scales glow brighter. Kael realizes Ignivar is channeling fire inward. Using heat to expand his own structure. To become stronger temporarily. It's working. But it's costing him. 3 people emerge from the building. Then 4. Then 7. Crews guide them away. Go back in for more. The building shifts. Ignivar's grip tightens. His breathing is labored now. Each exhale sends sparks into the air. I know it hurts. I know. Kael leans forward. Presses his forehead against scales that burn. Just a little more. 2 more people emerge. Then another. That's 10. Where are the last 2? A radio crackles below. Someone shouts. We've got them. Moving now. The final 2 appear. One being carried. Both covered in dust and blood. Crews rush forward. Pull them clear of the building's shadow. Okay. Let go. Let go now. Ignivar releases his grip. Pushes away from the building with powerful wing beats. They rise fast. Get distance. Below. The building's corner collapses inward. Floors pancake down in sequence. The sound is enormous. Dust clouds rise higher than they're flying. But everyone is out. All 12. Alive. Ignivar circles once. Then heads back to the original rooftop. His landing is less smooth this time. He's exhausted. Kael slides off. Puts both hands on the dragon's side. Feels the rapid heartbeat. The heat that's too intense. You did it. You saved them. The dragon's eyes close. His breathing gradually slows. Kael stays there, hand pressed to scales. Sharing the exhaustion through the bond. The stairwell door opens. Rhett emerges. He's covered in dust. But his expression is different now. Not assessing. Something closer to respect. That was... He stops. Starts again. That was exactly what Simone used to do. She did that. Every time someone needed help. Every time the cost was high. Rhett walks closer. puts his own hand on Ignivar. The dragon doesn't pull away. She never hesitated, never counted the cost, just did what needed doing. Is that why you're not afraid of me? Rhett looks at him. I was never afraid of you. I was afraid someone would weaponize you, turn what you can do into something destructive. He pulls his hand back. But that's not who you are. You choose to help, even when it's hard, even when it hurts. It's just the right thing to do. Most people don't do the right thing. They do the easy thing, the safe thing. Rhett's phone buzzes. He ignores it. But you're not most people. What happens now? Now we find who caused that collapse. Because buildings don't just fall. Rhett's expression hardens again. Someone planted explosives, targeted infrastructure. This was a test. A test of what? Of whether Ignivar would respond, whether you could work together, whether the bond is real. Rhett's phone buzzes again. This time he looks at it. His jaw tightens. And it looks like whoever did this is happy with the results. What does that mean? It means they know what you're capable of now. Rhett looks up from his phone. And they're planning something bigger. Before Kael can respond, Nayla bursts through the stairwell door. Her expression is urgent, scared. We have a problem. What kind? Someone accessed the Omega registry, pulled records for every unbonded Omega in the city. She shows them her tablet. 12,000 names, including every low-rank designation. Kael's stomach drops. Why would they need that? Because dragons don't just bond with anyone. They need specific biological markers. Nayla swipes through screens. Whoever's doing this isn't trying to steal Ignivar. They're trying to create more bonds. Build their own force. That's impossible. It was impossible. Until you proved it could be done. Rhett takes the tablet. Studies the data. Now every syndicate in this city knows low-rank classifications can hide bond potential. So they'll take every low-rank Omega they can find, test them, force bonds with whatever creatures they can acquire. Nayla's voice is tight, and most of those Omegas will die in the process. Kael can't breathe. This is his fault, his bond, his existence proving something was possible that should have stayed impossible. We have to stop them. We will. Rhett hands the tablet back. But first, we need to know who took those records. Find the source. Cut it off. How? By doing exactly what they don't expect. Rhett looks at Kael. You're going to speak. Publicly. Tell the city what happened. What you did. Why you did it. That will make me a target. You're already a target. But if you speak first, if you control the narrative, you become something else. Rhett's eyes flash gold. You become a symbol. What would you sacrifice to protect thousands of people you'll never meet? This story is reaching its final moments. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the conclusion. Drop a comment sharing your thoughts. Your words might inspire someone who needs it today. The forum is packed. Kael stands backstage, hands clenched at his sides. Through the curtain gap, he can see hundreds of people. Alphas, betas, Omegas of every rank. Media crews with cameras. Security posted at every exit. This was Rhett's idea. Public statement. Transparency instead of silence. Truth instead of rumor. Kael hates it. You don't have to do this. Nayla stands beside him. She's been there all morning. Steady. Present. You can walk out. Rhett will understand. No, he won't. And he shouldn't. Kael watches the crowd. Those people out there need to know what's happening. What's at stake. They need to know you're human. Not a weapon. Not a threat. Nayla puts a hand on his shoulder. Just a person who did what needed doing. Someone approaches. Zara from the library. She's holding a tablet. You're on in 2 minutes. Do you need anything? A different life? Kael tries to smile. It doesn't work. Fresh out of those. But I do have this. Zara hands him a small device. An earpiece. Rhett will be listening. If you need support, he'll be right there. Kael puts the earpiece in. Immediately hears Rhett's voice. Can you hear me? Yes. Good. Listen carefully. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have all the answers. You just have to be honest. A pause. Tell them what you told me, that you chose to help because it was right, not because it was easy. What if they don't believe me? Then they don't, but some will. And those are the ones who matter. Another pause. You're not doing this alone. I'm here. Nayla's there. Ignivar is on the roof above you. Chapter 10. You're not doing this alone. I'm here. Nayla's there. Ignivar is on the roof above you. Kael closes his eyes. Breathes. The earpiece sits warm against his skin. 1 minute. Zara's voice cuts through his focus. She's checking her tablet, coordinating with stage crew. You ready? Kael doesn't answer. Ready isn't the right word. Present. Willing. Terrified. Those fit better. Nayla touches his arm. You don't owe them perfect. Just honest. The curtain parts 6 inches. Someone peers through. Nods. Disappears. 30 seconds. Kael steps forward. The stage lights hit before he's fully through the curtain. Blinding. Hot. He keeps walking. 1 foot in front of the other. The podium is 10 feet away. Feels like miles. The crowd noise dies the moment he reaches the microphone. Hundreds of faces stare back. Cameras with red recording lights. Security guards posted at every exit. Media crews in the back row. Alphas in expensive suits sitting front and center. Betas scattered throughout. Omegas clustered on the sides. Always on the sides. Kael grips the podium. His hands leave sweat marks on the wood. My name is Kael Winters. His voice cracks. He clears his throat. Starts again. 3 weeks ago, I was nobody. Low-rank Omega. No family. No clearance. No reason for anyone to notice me. He pauses. Lets the words settle. That's how this city works. It decides your value before you prove anything. Before you open your mouth. Before you get a chance. Movement in the 3rd row. An alpha woman leans forward. Listening. Then a building caught fire. A child was trapped. Emergency services didn't respond fast enough. Kael's grip tightens. So I climbed onto a dragon. Not because I'm special. Not because I'm brave. Because someone needed help and I was there. Murmurs ripple through the crowd. Someone in the back shouts a question. Security moves to intercept. Kael raises his voice. But I'm not here to talk about what I did. I'm here to talk about what was done to me. The murmurs stop. Someone changed my classification, altered my records, made me look worthless when I wasn't. Made me invisible so I could be moved without questions. Positioned where they needed me. He looks directly into the nearest camera. And last week, 12,000 Omega files were stolen. Every low-rank designation in this city. Because now people know classifications can be faked. Rankings can hide potential. And desperate people can be turned into weapons. The room erupts. Voices overlapping. Cameras flashing. Someone stands. Security moves forward. Rhett's voice comes through the earpiece. Calm. Steady. Finish it. Kael steps back from the podium. I'm not your hero. I'm not your symbol. I'm just someone who did what needed doing. And I'm telling you now, fix the systems that make people like me disposable. Before someone else gets hurt proving they matter. He walks off stage before anyone can stop him. The crowd noise follows him into the wings. Questions shouted. Chaos spreading. Nayla grabs his arm. Pulls him toward the exit. Move. Now. They take back hallways. Service corridors. An elevator that drops 16 floors in seconds. Kael's ears pop. His heart won't slow down. The elevator opens on 47. Rhett waits. He's watching a screen showing live coverage of the forum. The aftermath. 3 syndicates just issued statements. Rhett doesn't look away from the screen. Condemning record theft. Calling for oversight. Will it matter? It's a start. Rhett finally turns. I'm dissolving the classification board. Restructuring placement systems. Redirecting funding. How long will that take? Months, maybe years. Rhett walks to the window. But it starts now. Kael joins him. The city spreads below. Broken. Beautiful. Complicated. What happens to me? Your choice. Rhett glances at him. I can reclassify you. Give you protection. Status. Make you untouchable. Or you stay low rank. Stay invisible. Work from positions I can't access. Rhett's expression is unreadable. Sometimes the most dangerous place is where nobody's watching. Kael understands. Change doesn't always roar. I'll stay where I am. Rhett nods, like he expected that answer. Then we work quietly. You from below, me from above. And we dismantle this piece by piece. For months later, Kael stands in a district kitchen, gets his assigned meal, sits at a communal table where nobody knows his name. Above the city, Ignivar circles once, then disappears into clouds. Kael smiles. Because the most powerful revolutions are the ones nobody sees coming. This is just the beginning. More stories of quiet power and hidden strength are coming to this channel. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss what happens next. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your words might inspire someone who needs to hear them today.